Hi, this is Kevin Fry with your Eastern Area Fisheries Report. Catfish rod and reel success reports vary by lake, but hand fishing continues to be good for channel and flathead catfish. Rod and reel anglers catching channels and flatheads at Paintsville Lake on cut bluegill and just channels on chicken liver. At Dewey Lake, jugs being used with primarily channel catfish and catch and some blues being mixed in. Cut bait being fished at about 8 foot under jugs at Dewey. Crappie biting well around 8 foot depth at Dewey in deadfall trees or in old slips in lake with trees. Vertical jigging 16th ounce tube jigs or curltail grubs and chartreuse black and orange working. Trolling and drifting jigs with wind bringing in crappie at Buckhorn Lake and Main Lake areas over mud flats. Small crankbaits also working at 6 to 8 foot. Largemouth bass hitting a variety of jerk baits, finesse worms, and some topwater where schools of shad are noticed. Fish trap and Yatesville lakes were very successful this week for bass. Bluegill reports were good for fish on beds in ponds and small lakes this week. Waxworms under floater was catching fish around shoreline areas with spawning beds. Stream fishing activity was slow this past week from rainfall and some muddy conditions in many streams. The tailwater area just downstream of Dewey Lake was producing some blue catfish to anglers though.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Water temperatures at our area lakes are running in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Many of our area lakes are still being affected by recent heavy rains, making conditions a little tough at several lakes. However, bass fishing at many of our lakes are still very good. Consider lakes like Taylorsville, Harrington, Gist Creek, Kincaid Lakes for your next bass fishing trips. Crankbaits and swim baits are productive this time of year. Also, soft plastics fished around shoreline cover or shoreline vegetation can also be an effective pattern. It's a great time of year to try some topwater fishing during early morning hours or evening hours to catch a few fish also. Crappie are still being caught at many of our area lakes like Taylorsville, Harrington, Elmer Davis, and Beaver Lakes. Fish are being caught in 6 to 10 feet of water when fishing live minnows or crappie jigs. Additionally, it's a great time of year to get out and fish for a few blue catfish or channel catfish, especially at Taylorsville Lake. Fish are being caught in 6 to 15 feet of water on cut shad fished over creek and river channel edges. And finally, good catches of panfish, bluegill, and shellcracker are being taken at several of our department-owned lakes such as Beaver, Corinth, Elmer, and McNeely Lakes. Bluegill and shellcracker are being caught on a variety of baits such as crickets, millworms, or redworms. Again, concentrate your efforts on pockets in the vegetation and edges of the vegetation. So grab a pole and enjoy some great summertime fishing, and I hope to see you on the water.
Hi, this is Eric Cummins with your Southwest Kentucky Fishing Report. Barron and Green River Lake thermocline levels are in the 15 to 20 foot range. Bass bite at both lakes have been best early and late in the day and at night with top waters, soft plastics, or medium crankbaits. Crappies similarly have been best early and late in the day or at night under the lights in 12 to 18 foot of water near brush piles or structure, and also trolling along the channel drops and shelves along the main lake. Catfish have been good with jugs and hook and line on a variety of bait from worms to live bait. Hybrids at Barron have been best early and late with swim baits, blade baits, and medium crankbaits. Walleye at Green River Lake have been good early and late and at night fishing long main lake points and channel drops off of flats, trolling in 15 to 20 foot of water, or casting with medium to deep diving cranks or swim baits. Muskie at Green have been taken trolling the main lake flats, casting early and late in the day to laydowns, brush, or mouths of coves. Barron River tailwater producing a mixed bag of catfish and hybrids. Green River Lake tailwater yielding a mixed bag of catfish, walleye, crappie, and an occasional muskie. Nolan tailwater a good spot to pick up some channel cats, walleye, or crappie. Cumberland tailwater trout are good on wax worms, crickets, small spinners, and small crankbaits. Remember, there's 4 kinds of trout being stocked there, so brush up on your trout ID on our website. Also be aware new fish habitat or attractors have been placed at Barren River Lake this past week from the state park to the Peters Creek Bridge. Contact our local fisheries office or check out our website for those locations. As always, good luck and good fishing, and be sure your life jacket's got your back.